Hey everybody, this is Kevin. This is my end of season 2023 in the bag with Chain Raider Disc Golf. Alright, so we're going to start with my putters. My putting putters, I use Yeti Pro Aviars. They're grippy, they're pro plastic, they're not like that DX plastic that's can get slippery from time to time. But they have much more grip to them, a little bit puddle top. I don't know if you can see that. They are big bead, but the puddle top makes them feel more shallow for me, and this is what I putt with exclusively right now. Throwing putters, I got a bunch. We'll start off with my Rhyno and my Animal. The Rhyno and the Animal, they feel very similar. The edges are a little bit different, and the Rhyno's a little bit more bubble top or domey. But in the end, they feel pretty similar. They both got a small bead on them. They both got the thumb track. Rhyno is a 2103, and the Animal is a 2101. So it's like a bead-in Rhyno. So out of the box, they work pretty, they work the way you want them to. Good overstable putter, good straight throwing dumpy putter. For my more glidey shots, I got these putters, which are my other throwing putters. This is a good straight flyer. It's a Colt, Star Colt. Again, bead, small bead, but low profile. I think it's a 330, or I'm sorry, 33 -11. It's a good straight flyer, maybe a little bit of turn, a little bit of flip as it beats in, but for the most part, it goes where you put it. And it glides a lot better than the other two I had. This one's also very glidey. This is a Keystone. This is a 0 medium plastic. It is beat in and it is flippy. So when I need that hyzer flip, for even at slower speed hyzer flips, this guy gets it done. Good for woods golf, good for standstill hyzer flip around the corner. So that's my putters. I'm sure you've noticed, but I also do my own custom dies. So for Animal, I got Quick Draw McGraw, made from my childhood. For the Colt, matches gun, and Pikachu for a Rhyno. Why not? It's bright orange. It seems a little shocking. Alright, on to my mid-ranges. I'm only carrying 3 today, and one is the Mako, so understable. It was, straight flyer in the beginning, but this is XT and beat in. It's got my little Squirtle guy on here. It's XT, but it beat in pretty fast. It's pretty good flippy hyzer flip. I'd say straight flyer, but it pulls right pretty hard and it sticks right. So it's good for getting around corners, good for hyzer flips in the woods. It's my primary use. It does go pretty far, but it can be challenging sometimes to throw it far straight ahead. So then we have my KC Pro Rock. This guy's a straight flyer now. It was a little bit more overstable. The flight numbers on that are 4403. It's not a 4403 anymore. It glides a little bit better, and it doesn't fade a lot. I can put it on a hyzer, I'll stay on the hyzer. If I rip it, it can flip a little bit and maybe get a little bit of turn, but for the most part, it's just gonna have a subtle fade at the end. And I have my Star Rock, again 4403. It's a little bit more domey. but much more overstable. So it definitely has that 3 fade with a little bit of glide to it, and it's a good stable version of this, and it feels the same, so they go well together. Alright, next, fairway or control drivers. I have a lot. We'll start with the river. The river is my understable disc. I guess I got a couple other that are sort of understable, but this is my slower speed, long carrying, and get it to flip a little bit, so if I'm feeling a little conscious about hitting a straight gap, I can put on a slight hyzer and it just pops up and goes straight. It's optoplastic, so it's still on the stable side, not super understable for me yet. Star TeeBird. This guy, if I throw him on a hyzer, he's staying on a hyzer. He's not coming out. For me, at least. He's still newish, not really beat in. But again, it's good for my shorter distance hyzer shots, maybe where I want to skip finish to really drive in towards the pin. That's what I would typically use this for. Next disc, I have an Inertia. This one I've been bagging and I'll use it occasionally. I don't use it a ton. I can get this to turn and it does come back and fade, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him in the bag or not, but it does fill that gap I really don't have of 9-speed that's understable. And I have 2 TeeBird or Thunderbirds. They're both G-Star. This one's definitely is older and it's more understable. Can get a little bit of a tiny flip out of him, maybe a little bit of turn, but just straight flyer. Whereas this one's got a little bit more fade at the end, and there's not going to be any turn at all for the most part. Even in a little bit of a headwind, it doesn't want to move too much right now. But it's starting to get to that point as I've been using them more and more, and I'll probably have to introduce a new Thunderbird soon. For my stable shots and utility shots, I have a Felon. I believe this guy's like a 9314 or something like that. It's not quite as stable as that anymore, but it's still pretty stable disc. I'll use this for forehands when I need to. I'm predominantly backhand, so forehands are very rare, but if I have to, this is the guy I'll do it with. And I'll also use it for thumbers. I can count on it to go pretty straight, not move too much left or right. All right, and mentioning my dyes, this Felon, I did a lotion bed with that one, and this was a spin dye with a little bit of lotion around the outside for funsies, and this is a hot tip with a vinyl template or stencil that I did. And yeah, Tiger Balm sponsor me, I heard all over. All right, finally, the distance drivers. I don't know if you've noticed, I keep my discs in my bag according to the speed, and then for that speed category, it's usually how stable they are. The more understable they're on the top, more stable on the bottom. So you'll see that throughout. So when we start with my distance drivers, we'll start with the most understable disc. This is my Star Mamba. Kobe Bryant's symbol there. Tried to get it to be more purple, but yellow and purple don't really go well together. This is starting to become pretty understable. This is my hyzer flip, like hyzer to flip and even turns a little bit, or my roller disc if I'm throwing it flat or slightly on a anhyzer, I can get this to be my roller. So again, maybe a little bit, if I take a little bit off of it, it's just a good straight flyer. And again, it can be, if I have to go for distance and I really want to be aggressive in the woods, it's a good woods disc. Destroyers, I usually keep at least 2 destroyers, if not more. This is my Blizzard Champion destroyer. It's actually pretty light. I think it's like ballpark like 154 or something like that, or yeah, about 150. It's a light disc, but it's fun, and it's still stable enough that it doesn't really like just turn over on me. So it's a fun disc to rip and try to throw far. Champion plastic destroyer, again, my custom die on it. This is Champion. This is like 173, somewhere in there, so it's closer to max weight, and it's beefy but beat in enough that I can throw it flat and straight for a while before it starts fading on me. And then for my distance, I went out and got myself a Star Charger, and I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. I do. It's not too understable, even though it's got a 6 glide, or well, it's a 5 glide, and it's a -1 too, right? 13-speed disc. It works. It's like a beat-in destroyer, and it holds its line pretty well. I can get it to turn just a little bit if I throw it flat, and then it'll fade out, but not too it's not that aggressive fade that the destroyers are known for. So it's a good distance shot for me, and it's my furthest flyer right now. So that's it. That's my in the bag. The other thing I got is my bag right here. It's a Gorilla Boy, Simeon, and I like it. It's got a built-in seat. It's good for slow rounds. Just pop down and sit on it. It's got plenty of pockets. I can fit maybe 20 discs in here if I cram them in, but it doesn't hold a ton of discs, but it holds them well. They rarely fall out, but that can be a thing if it gets agitated too much, or if I try to throw with the bag on. It is on the heavier side, but you know, it has a built-in seat, so, and gets the guns out when the sun's out. So there you go. I do have some other items that I bring along with me. I typically have some kind of audio, you know, for when I'm playing alone or when my card mates are really annoying, or if I'm playing in a tournament and my mental game is super weak and I need to escape from where I'm at right now, headphones are great. I got my Bushnell rangefinder, self-explanatory. I got my telescoping pole with my custom-made suction ball. Works pretty well, and can't really see it now, but it lights up. That's always fun. I got a grip sack. I got Grip RX, I got Max Wax, all this stuff, just grip. So depending on what the conditions are, whether it's wet or hot and sweaty, I'll choose what's appropriate. I got to maintain that grip. Mini markers, of course, and sandpaper. Takes off the scuffs off the disc, and also I start to callus on my fingers, so it's good to sort of keep that shaved down so it doesn't hang up too much on the edges of the disc, causing more trauma. And of course, have a reusable bottle. Keep the trash off the course. And that's it. Chain Raider Disc Golf. This is Kevin. Thank you for watching my In the Bag. God bless.